7th graders, I'm going to go over how you create a 3D image from a picture on the interweb. So I chose to do a cartoon penguin for mine. I have done an example of a reindeer, which I'm going to show you in class. But the penguin here, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to find which image I want to do. I'm going to go with this guy, I think. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to click Save Image. Or you can screenshot it as well, okay? I'm going to save it as a JPEG. It has to be a JPEG file for this to work. After it is saved, I'm going to go to my Sketchup. Make sure I delete the lady on there. I'm going to come to the 3 lines here, and I'm going to go Import My Device. And I'm going to choose the thing in the middle here. I'm going to find it was the last thing that was downloaded on here, so I'm going to choose that and click Open. And I want the image. Okay, and you'll see it creates a 2D image of the penguin. What's going on here? There we go. Click once to place it. Okay, now I'm going to kind of change my view so I see the top of the penguin. And then using the tools that we used, the pencil, the arc, and then the push-pull, I'm going to kind of draw what I see on here. So actually the arc tool will be kind of your friend, or the squiggly line tool, okay? So I'm going to go with the arc tool, the second one here, because it creates a little bit nicer fine lines. So I'm going to start with kind of the belly thing in the middle. I'm going to go here, and then I create that arc. And I'm just kind of drawing the shapes that I see in here. I'm going to create that arc. And then I'm going to come up here. Where's my line? And I'm going to create that arc there. And if I have attached these the right way, it'll create that white shape. And that's what I'm going to push-pull eventually to make my 3D penguin. So now I'm just going to go through and kind of start creating the outside shape of my penguin. And again, you can do freehand draw. I'm choosing to use the arc because I kind of like the straighter lines for the arc. But again, you can do the squiggle tool if you want, if you're really good at using a mouse and drawing straight lines. So I'm just going through and creating a whole bunch of arcs to create the penguin's body. I'm going to come out here. Create the arm. Do the same here. Now it doesn't have to be exactly accurate on the image, okay? We are not doing the exact. Just try to get it somewhat close, like mine kind of lines up. It'll look pretty close once I start making it 3D. Okay. For his feet, I'm actually going to use the pencil tool, and I'm going to kind of draw. If you go to draw a line and it doesn't show up, like that one stopped showing up, chances are my pencil image is probably underneath. Now remember, everything has to be 3D. So I'm going to take this and come out a little bit and then go back in. And my feet are going to be more block. Now it did not connect. So I'm thinking, oh, there's the mistake right there. So I got to erase that line and start that part over. For whatever reason, it likes to do that to you. And you'll know it connects when it forms the white block. So there's my one penguin foot, and see there's one of my lines that went under, so I'm just going to erase that. So I've got my one penguin foot. So again, you can use the pencil tool, or you can use the arc, so that you can get, if I wanted to make this one more like how it looks in the image, I can use the arc to do that. now it's not attached there, so I'm just going to take my pencil tool and connect them. And then somewhere else it's not attached, so I just got to find that location. Oh, that's why. It's sticking up. Again, just changing your view will help you kind of create this. There we go. Now it turned white. So you can see the difference between the blocking and the arcs. Okay? And if I really wanted those guys to be filled in, I can connect them, and then there'll be different levels to show like the different part of the feet. Okay? Again, you're just taking the outlines of these shapes and kind of creating them, and the more detail you add, the closer it'll look. You can take the circles and the square rectangles, but it might be a little bit harder to do than just the arcs. So like for example, this guy, I can do the eyeball on the top and then do the eyeball on the bottom to get that arc shape. Okay? Or you can take the circle tool, okay, draw the circle, and then use the scale tool to stretch it out, which that looks a little bit better than the other guy over there. Okay, and then I'll do that again. I'll draw my circle to be the other one, and then I will choose this and scale it and stretch it out. Okay, I don't like how this guy stretched out too far, so I'm going to move him back down. And you can see how the eyes are starting to form based on those circles. Then I would do the same with the other circle. As you start push-pulling all these shapes up and down, so you can see, now I've got my 3D thing there. I didn't connect my body yet, because I didn't finish it. So if I just connect those, then I can show you the body part. Okay, there's my body. Obviously I would add a little more detail into it all, but there's my body. So you can start to see the shape of the 3D penguin there. Same with the eyes. Each thing should be their own kind of level to make them 3D. And there's the eye forming. Now to keep going through the penguin to get that 3D shape pulling up, adding all the little details in. Make sure you save. When you are all done, you'll choose the image on the bottom and hit delete, and it'll take it out, and then what you'll have left is your 3D penguin. Which I didn't do the face, so it looks like just an eye is floating there. But you can see the body example.